Would you like to introduce yourself, first of all?
Sure. I'm Rachel Vidolik, and I am a confidence and book coach. And so I help people to build their confidence while they're publishing their books on Amazon. And I also teach them basically how to build their brand so that people know who they are, and also build their confidence so that they could put themselves out there easily and they can market their book really easily. And yeah, so they can become a bestseller.
What would you say you've discovered working with your clients? How do you think women hold themselves back when it comes to confidence?
Usually what happens is they lack a lot of confidence, and so they don't feel, again, confident enough to really share what they're doing. I did the exact same thing when I published my first book. I didn't tell a single soul. I mean, my fiance was the only one that knew about it because he was my taste tester because I wrote a cookbook. And so the only people I sold it to were like my grandma. My grandma bought like 5 copies from me. But I didn't sell it to anyone else until I actually started to tell people about it. And I worked on my confidence. And the more I worked on my confidence, the easier it was to share what I was doing with my books, and the more books I sold. So yeah, it's just, confidence definitely is very important.
So, and what sort of things did you do to work on your confidence? Because I try and teach people to meditate, to journal, to really work out what it is they love to do and to do more of it. I mean, what would your tips be for building confidence in women?
Talking to yourself in the mirror. That's one thing that I couldn't look myself in the eyes in the mirror for as long as I can remember. And I was like, this isn't normal. There's something wrong there. And so I actually signed up for one of Louise Hay's courses. And it was a 21-day Love Yourself Mirror Work course. And oh my gosh, it changed everything for me. I went from basically not being able to look myself in the mirror and pretty much hating myself and thinking I was ugly, I was gross, I was horrible, like all these bad things about myself. And in like 21 days, I suddenly was able to look myself in the eyes. I was able to tell myself, hey, I love you. You're awesome. You're cool. And, be able to actually appreciate myself and actually love and accept myself as I was, even though like nothing had really changed in my life in 21 days. My whole view of myself had completely done a 180. So definitely mirror work is a life changer.
I love that you said that, because actually in the course that this video is going to be part of, that's one of the things I see. You need to do the mirror technique. Yeah. And I've read about it and I've never put it into practice. And I thought, hang on, I need to practice what I'm preaching here. And I've started it, and I must admit it does turn things around, because you can actually look in the mirror and start to smile at yourself and see the good parts. Yeah, instead of the flab or whatever it is that you used to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. And in terms of confidence, I mean, you come across as a very confident person.
Oh, thank you.
Would you say that you're confident all the time, or do you admit it goes up and down and it's about picking yourself back up?
It goes up and down still, and that's kind of to be expected. But basically the way that I learned it is that everyone kind of has a baseline. You have a baseline for confidence, you have a baseline for happiness, you have a baseline for joy. And the important part is that you move your baseline up towards more confidence, towards more happiness, towards more joy, so that when you do have your down moments, they're not as far down as they used to be. Because like I used to suffer from depression, anxiety, severe panic attacks, have to be in the hospital. It was really bad. So my baseline was really, really low. And over like the past 10 years, I've been moving my baseline up further and further and further. And so now when I have a bad day, okay, yeah, it's not a good day. I cry my eyes out. I, get mad, whatever. But then I'm able to bounce back immediately, like within a couple hours, maybe even, just rest a day and then bounce back the next day. And so I think that's the important thing about building your confidence, is that you are more resilient, so you're able to bounce back faster, but also your lows aren't as low and they aren't as debilitating as they once was.
I think for me as well, what I found when it came to building my confidence, I started to accept my fears and my weaknesses as just for what they are, and got over it anyway. It's sort of accepting that whole part of yourself, warts and all, and just getting on with it. Did you find that when you were working on your confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've actually grown to really love my weaknesses, and definitely like the things that I used to hate about myself. Because I have psoriasis on my scalp, and I've had it my whole entire life, and it used to cause me so many. I mean, it was definitely part of my confidence problems was that like I would just fear that someone would find out and that I'd be scared about it. I didn't tell anybody about it forever, and now I'm like, eh, cool. I got psoriasis, so what? So do millions of other people. It doesn't matter, and I'm more confident about it, and it doesn't bother me. But yeah, like my other weaknesses, like I'm trying to think of one that I've really grown to love. Oh, like my handwriting. I have horrible handwriting, but I've actually grown to love it enough because my handwriting, everyone would always tell me it was so horrible. So I would hate writing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't write. I wouldn't journal. I wouldn't do any kind of writing. I'd avoid it as much as possible. But once I started to work on my confidence and start to journal more, I was like, my handwriting's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as everyone told me it was. And I've actually learned to really love it. And I'm like, hey, it's my handwriting. It's a little messy. It's a little sloppy. But hey, it's me.
So when you get people coming to work with you and they want to sort of publish a book and you can really build them up, is there anything else that you do in terms of sort of tips or techniques to really get them to believe in themselves? Because that's pretty much what success is all about, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I definitely use a lot of EFT, so emotional freedom technique tapping. I use that on a daily basis. It's amazing. I'm so glad I discovered it because it's helped me to basically rewrite my whole, story. One journaling exercise that I like to do is have them ask their subconscious, like, okay, what do you actually believe your life is going to be like? Like your subconscious, keep digging deeper because you're going to get the conscious level answers first. And then the more you dig deep, you'll get down to the subconscious level. And when I did that for myself, I thought that I was going to fail. I was going to end up broke, homeless, and I was going to die. I mean, I had this horrible vision for my life. I'm like, but I don't really believe that consciously. Consciously, I believe, I'm going to be successful, have a great life, travel, do all that fun stuff. But subconsciously, I was sabotaging myself because I didn't believe I was going to succeed. And so really clearing that out and then rewriting it so that your subconscious actually believes that you are going to be a success, that things are going to work out, that your book is going to be a bestseller. Really rewriting that is that's the best exercise that I have my clients do. It's awesome.
I would say, do you know what, when you're saying all of that, I've had, even personally, despite being a life coach and knowing what you should do, I have certainly had those beliefs go round and round, even just recently. And I've just been working on a book, and it's like, who wants to listen or read what I've written, and how am I good enough, and oh no, nobody's going to buy it. And it's all of those negative fears and negative beliefs that can just pop up over and over again. And I think women are particularly susceptible to that. Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we tend to, I think as women we're taught to worry, and we're taught to think the same worrying thoughts over and over again. I mean, at least that's how it was in my family. On my mom's side, all the women are severe worriers. I mean, my mom can dream up these intense situations that she's worried is going to happen, and she freaks herself out over it. And I used to do the same. I would stay awake at night just oh my gosh, I'm so afraid that this is going to happen. The world's going to end. And I really learned by working on my confidence, I've been able to stop worrying. I mean, I still worry a little bit sometimes with stuff, but I've learned how to kind of control it and take a step back. Okay, no, I don't need to worry about it right now. There's nothing I can do. It's kind of out of my hands. So yeah, so definitely working on your confidence definitely helps with all the worrying and the fears and the anxiety and stuff too.
Well, and when I would say if people want to work with you, because there's loads of people out there who feel like they've got a book inside of them, where can they find you? What can you do for them?
So they can find me at glowyourbusiness.com, the website. And I have several different programs. My main program is called Get Your Book Published on Amazon. And in that program, I teach you how to self-publish your book on Amazon, which I've done 5 times, and it's so much fun, and it's addicting. It is. Um, and then while you're getting your book ready to be published, I teach you how to market it so that when you are ready to publish, you already have an email list, you have a social media following of people that want to buy your book. And then I also teach you how to build up your confidence so that you can share your book more easily with people. And all those fears and those worries and all that anxiety, I teach you how to manage it so that they kind of just dissipate by the end of the course. At least that's my hope. Work really hard, and you do all the exercises, you do all the tapping and mirror work and everything. Then by the end of the course, you should be confident and be able to publish your book and be like, look what I did, and be able to tell the whole world. So that's my program.
It sounds amazing. And from your books, what have you written about? Because they sound amazing.
So I said I did 5 books.
Yeah.
My first 4 were cookbooks because I love food and I'm a foodie, and I used to have a food blog. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a cookbook. And my first 2 were all about seasonal cooking because I'm really, really passionate about it. And then my third one was all about, it's called 30 Quick and Easy Meals. And I wrote it with a friend who's a grad student. And she's like, I live by myself. I want to eat healthy, but there's no healthy recipes out there that are portioned for 2 people or 1 person. And so I worked with her to really create, enough recipes for a whole month that are all portioned for 2 people. Or if they have like leftovers, you can easily freeze them. So you're not ending up eating leftovers for like the whole entire week. And then my 4th book is called Dairy and Egg-Free Soups. Right. So I have dairy allergies, and so I recreated a lot of classic soups like French onion, clam chowder, just all these classic soups that typically have either dairy or eggs in them, and I recreated them without it. And then my last one was the Happiness Journal, and it's just a daily journal to help you kind of build up your happiness and really to analyze your life and kind of get a little bit more organized. I'm actually going to, I think, redo that one and kind of rebrand it because I've now been using it for several months, and I'm like, I think I'm going to redo it a different way. So, yeah, those are my books.
Wow. That's no, honestly, because the people who are watching this will all be busy mums. Yeah, recipes are something they definitely need. And I'm a trained nutritional advisor, and it's quite funny because I know exactly what you should be eating and what food can do to you, but I am a hopeless cook in the kitchen. So people come to me for recipes and I can give them to them. I'm saying, yeah, but I always burn it, so don't do it the way I do it. But no, I absolutely loved chatting to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just, confidence is something that I think everybody really needs to learn, and it's all about self-love. I mean, it's really just about loving yourself and accepting yourself as you are now. Yeah, you may not be perfect. You may not be the perfect weight. You may not be have the perfect hair color or eye color or whatever, but you are perfect as you are right now, and you're beautiful and you're awesome. So you just got to learn to really believe that about yourself.
Fantastic. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.